Hi guys, I'm Naya. Nice to meet you, or welcome back to my channel. Today we're just going to be doing a chit chat, get ready with me. I was scrolling through my Snapchat memories and one of them popped up, and it was a year ago today. It was the last time before the pandemic that I was able to go out like freely without a mask and be normal. So that kind of triggered me to be like, how has the last year been in this pandemic? So let's get started. So I'm not going to do like a full beat or anything, just like a natural everyday look that I usually do. For foundation, I'm going to be using the Kat Von D Lock It foundation. This is super old. I've had it since I went to prom, and I'm currently a junior in college, so I don't use it a lot. I only use this much because the foundation is so pigmented. I was definitely just talking to a camera that wasn't even on for about 5 minutes. So what I was saying is that the past year has been really trying for, I'm sure, all of us. And for me, I'd say I still live at home with my family. I'm 20 years old, and it's been really trying being cooped up in a family and with your family. I love my family. I love them with my heart. I did anything for them. But every family definitely has those kind of skeletons in the closet that they just push back and they don't think about, because we're all living together and let's just make it as cordial as possible, and let's not think about all the bad things that happened in the past, because I just want to get along. And usually we're able to do that because we're not stuck. We have the option to get up and leave. We have the option to take a drive. We have the option to go take a walk or whatever when things are getting a little too heated. But during the pandemic, during the first half of the pandemic, we didn't have that option. Nobody was even taking the chance of like going to take a walk or something like that. So it kind of made us have to just like face our demons and get everything off our chest, and it was really uncomfortable and it was really painful because there's so much pent up anger at the time that, of course, when it came out like the devil. But I think that was supposed to happen, and we needed that to happen for us to move on, and now we're in a much better place. So I kind of think of that as a blessing in disguise. My mental health journey right now is really on the rocks. I had a therapist for at least 5 years, over 5 years, and I had a psychiatrist from the same company as a therapist. It was going kind of fine. I loved my therapist, but my psychiatrist was a different story. It was I would go meet with her once a month, and she'd be like, so how you doing? And I would tell her maybe a sentence, and then I'd get cut off, and then for the next 40 minutes she would tell me about how her life is going and all the books she read, and that I should read those books. And then at the end of the session she would just like prescribe me 14 more pills. So she was something, but I mean, I was getting my medications and it was helping me somewhat. Some of them were making me feel not the best, and I definitely could have done without them. I think she was kind of prescription happy. After a few years of seeing her, not a few years, I mean maybe over a year or 2 years of seeing her, she stopped responding. I mean, it's different when you're like in maybe any other profession where medication isn't involved, where you're just like, oh sorry, I just got so caught up in work and I'm sorry I couldn't get back to you. This like I apologize. Let's meet as soon as possible. You can't really do that with medication because you miss a week and you're in withdrawals or you're crying yourself to sleep, or you're not sleeping at all. So a week went by, and then 2 weeks went by over where it was like past our day we were supposed to meet our appointment, and she just wasn't answering me, and I was leaving her voicemails and voicemails. And then she got back to me a month later, and she was like, sorry, I'm working at the hospital and it's just so jam-packed right now, I'm so sorry. Which again is understandable because we're in the middle of a pandemic. Of course, the hospital is just packed full to the brim and your workload is full to the brim, but that isn't an excuse when you're in charge of someone's medication and mental well-being. So I was very upset, but I was like, okay, well, at least I'm gonna get my medication now after a month of not having it, but at least I'm gonna get it now. And she's like, okay, I'm gonna call you tomorrow and we're gonna get your medication all sorted. I'm so sorry. And so I was like, great. Tomorrow came, no call. And now it's been about 5 months and I haven't had a medication, so that's really great. I'm doing so well. Can you tell? I'm doing so well. Right now I am in contact with another practice, and I'm getting paired with another therapist and another psychiatrist, which is really sad because I really loved my other therapist. But she really did help me. It was more of like just unloading things and getting things off my chest, but I knew for the past few years that I needed something a little more direct, a more direct approach. She's so sweet. She's literally just the best person ever, but she was too sweet for what I needed. She kind of liked to dance around the hard questions, and she wasn't really direct with me, and she wasn't willing to be like, that was wrong, don't do that. And that's what I need. I have a consultation tomorrow with the therapist and with the psychiatrist, I believe. And from what they sounded like from when I talked to them last is that is exactly what they are. They're very upfront and honest. Also, their target demographic is women of color. So sometimes some people don't really need that. I thought I didn't need that, but the more I think about it, I'm like, maybe having someone that can really relate and anecdotal experiences that my other therapist, who was a white woman, loved her, but she couldn't kind of fully grasp the situation because some of the things that we go through are just different in nature, and all she could do is just give me her kind of empathy, which is great. That's her job, but maybe having someone that can give me more than empathy and maybe a little more understanding is something that will help me. But I don't know, maybe it'll be the exact same. Maybe it'll just be that they're a little more harsh, but they don't really connect with me on that level. Who knows? But I'm really excited to find out, and I'm excited to have my medication because I haven't been in the best state, and everybody's kind of noticing it. My mom is noticing that I'm really bad at lying. I'm really bad at hiding my emotions. So she's like I'll laugh at something she said, and she's like, what's with that fake laugh? And I'm like, I thought it was real this time. I'm sorry. Another thing that's on the rise is my physical health. I mean, you know, everybody makes that New Year's resolution. I'm gonna lose weight, I'm gonna get healthy, and I'm gonna do all this, and then that by the middle of the year you're just sad and 5 pounds heavier. I'm gonna stop making excuses, and I am working with a nutritionist right now, so is my mom. We decided we're not gonna do a diet, we're gonna do a lifestyle change. I just finished my first month. I'm down 6 pounds, which is great. I've been blending this foundation for 3 years now, so let's move on. Now I'm going to be setting with the Neutrogena Shine Control Powder. This makes you look like you are using the not even smooth tool on Facetune, the smoother tool. I'm gonna be setting my under eyes. Look at that. Beauty. I don't know if you can see it, but I set the places that are even more oily than my entire face. My entire face is just like dripping in oil, but the places that are extra oily, I use this brush, and then I go over the rest of my face with a fluffy brush. And I do my face first only when I'm doing really light makeup, because when I do light makeup I don't really get fallout. I only do my eyes first when I'm doing heavy makeup, so I don't have to redo my entire base. So now moving on to eyes, I'm going to be using a brown eyeliner first to map out the shape that I want my eyeshadow to be. I'm pretty much just going to be doing like a smoked out really light liner for my eye look. I do my liner with my eyes open, because if I do it with them closed and then I open my eyes, I have really hooded eyes, so when I open my eyes, it turns into a wave or it disappears because I'm Houdini. And now I'm going to be using the crayon case. Can you see that? We'll be using the crayon case big box of 64 shades. I can't read, sorry guys. Eyeshadow palette, and I got this for Christmas. My mom got it for me for Christmas. And can we just take a second to acknowledge the beauty and the elegance of this palette? But we're not going to be using it to its full potential. We're just going to be using the nudes out of this one. I'm going to take this angled brush. This is a Ion Beauty brush that I've had for years and years and years. And I'm going to use it to darken up the wing that we just did with that dark brown liner. I'm going to be taking... which one am I going to be taking? Let's take St. Martin, which is this brown one up here. I'm going to be taking that one and darkening up and crisping the line more so towards the base of the wing that we made. Cool, great, fabulous. Now I'm going to take that same brown and I'm going to darken up my waterline with it. Not my waterline, my bottom lash line. And I'm going to connect the bottom to the top wing that we just made. Great. Now I'm gonna take, what's it called? Allen. It's that sparkly black up here. I'm gonna take that shade and I'm gonna concentrate it towards the very bottom, right on my lash line, the base of the wing, just darkened up. I'm just gonna make the lash line and the base of the wing slightly darker. Perfect, just like that. Now I like to take a little bit of the brown, a little bit of that sparkly black, the Allen shade, on my inner corner, just to elongate it slightly. Now I have a Cantic Folds So that makes it really hard for me to do this, especially on the side. It's a lot more prominent. I don't really have it on the side. But I try every time. It never works, but I'm gonna keep trying. Now with a flat fluffy shader brush, this brush, I'm going to take this sparkly pinky beige color. It's called West Feliciana. It's this one right here, I believe. West Feliciana. I'm gonna just dust that over my lid. For no other reason but to make them less shiny and oily. It adds a little bit of sparkle, so it's not completely matte. I'm also gonna add some to my under eye. Choke my eyes a little bit. Now that's it for the eyeshadow. Now I'm going to go into my lashes and waterline. I'm going to take this Wet n Wild Kohl crayon for my waterline. I'm just going to put this really lightly in my waterline because it kind of makes me look really weird if I do it like slightly too heavy. Again, this is just to open up my eyes because I have really small eyes. Love my eyes, but they're small. Time for lashes. I'm first gonna curl my lashes. My lashes are actually really curled on their own. I'm only doing this to be extra. On most days I don't curl my lashes, but why not? Okay, and now I love this mascara. It's the Telescopic Carbon Black mascara by L'Oreal. Holy grail, love it. Need to buy another one. And buy another one, I mean steal another one from my mom because she buys them. This just makes my eyelashes look like eyelashes. They don't get all clumped up or anything like that. Usually I would stop here, but on days where I'm feeling a little extra fancy, I like to do some like slight contouring and a little bit of blush, even though I'm gonna have a mask on. We're gonna do it anyway. So for blush, we're gonna be using Crayon Case again. This is the blush binder, and just so many shades. This one. This one. Like, do you see? This is all you need in blush. Like, this is literally all you need. So, for some warmth, I'm going to be using this shade as kind of a bronzer contour blush in one kind of thing. I'm going to take it on an angled, very fluffy brush, and first I'm gonna go around the perimeter of my face. Oh, it's really pigmented. I took it too much. Oh no, I'm a tomato. I'm gonna go around the perimeter of my face. Not the entire perimeter, just like the outsides of my cheeks, and work my way in. And a little bit on my nose. Just so I know what's there. No one's gonna know what's there, but I will, and that's what matters. Duh. And the last thing I'm gonna do is lip gloss. Again, that's just for me. Most likely I'm just going to wipe it off once I put my mask on, because wearing lip gloss under a mask is just, it's no bueno. I'm gonna be using the Fenty Beauty Gloss Balm in Fussy. Love it. It's beautiful. And that is it for my everyday makeup look. This is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed this Get Ready With Me Chit Chat edition. if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Also, if you could subscribe if you want to see more, that would be great. Leave a comment about how the setup looks, because I really don't know. Also, if you like these kind of videos, let me know in the comments down below if you want me to do some more like these, or what other videos you'd like to see on this channel. And I will see you guys next time.